Also new here tonight at 10, the Rochester branch of the NAACP is calling on both the City of Rochester's Attorney's Office and the Olmsted County Attorney's Office to take action against Shiloh Hendrix. She is the woman who used racial slurs against a black child said to have a disability in a now since viral video. The NAACP describing Hendrix's actions as, quote, disturbing and racially motivated before stating Hendrix traumatized, chased, and hurled vicious slurs, their words, at the child at Soldiers Field Park in Rochester last month. Tonight, the NAACP providing news media with a handful of Minnesota criminal statutes, believing they are applicable, they say, and should be considered for prosecution. They include disorderly conduct, child endangerment, and harassment. On May 5th, the Rochester Police Department said its findings on the incident had been submitted to the Rochester City Attorney's Office for review and consideration for a charging decision.
What up, folks? It's Trails. We back. Welcome. And first and foremost, make sure you hit that like and you hit that subscribe. Now, we got some more Shiloh news to give you and react to. And we also got a clip from Shiloh Hendrix herself in her own words to go over. And first and foremost, I just want to put it out there before we get to this because I haven't watched this. This is all new to me. I'm not upset because about the money being given to her, about the donations she received, about any of the support. And now let me tell you why. Now, if you go ahead and look right here at her chest, you can see a famous pagan goddess idol. So that gives me all the clarity that I need to know who and what I'm dealing with in this situation. So I am no longer upset at Shiloh Hendrix at all, or anyone who supports her. Please continue to support her as much as you can. Give her every coin that you have to offer. I beg of you. Because you're just supporting evil at the end of the day, and you're going to have to pay for every shilling. So I ain't mad at you. You want to support that? Please feel free. You know that I am not upset one bit.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shiloh Hendrix. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money, and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all
right, so she clearly indicates right there that she has received the Luciano, and that's totally fine with me. And I never wanted her to get it, and that's not what any of this is about. This is about abusing children, which is not okay. It doesn't matter the age, it doesn't matter the race, it doesn't matter if they have autism or not. None of that matters. But hey, who knew I'd get so much flack for that? Let's go ahead and let her continue.
All gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. When this first started, I had a handful of people helping me out. Anglo-Saxon Girl, Tom Hennessy, Paul Miller, and Ofsterbone, Avi. And they really just were kind of guiding me through this time and promoting my fundraiser and getting the word out there about everything that was going on. So I am forever grateful for all of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where he got fired from his job and uploaded a video and started his own fundraiser. That had nothing to do with myself and the rest of the people that were involved. As soon as we found out the truth about all of that, I severed ties with him immediately. I am not married to him. I don't know him. I've never met any of these people.
All right, now let's recap that. What she's trying to tell you happened. Ridiculous.
All of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where he got fired from his job, fundraiser, and getting the word out there about everything that was going on. So I am forever grateful for all of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where he got fired from his job and uploaded a video and started his own fundraiser. That had nothing to do with myself and the rest of the people that were involved.
So pretty much we had copycats who tried to piggyback off of the same sentiment. And what do you expect when you get $750K for an N-word? I mean, it's hard out here. You know, prices going up. We got tariffs going in. You know, people need that dollar bill. So what do you think they're going to do when they see that you get emboldened by just that act? They're going to replicate it.
As soon as we found out the truth about all of that, I severed ties with him immediately. I am not married to him. I don't know him. I've never met any of these people. So I just want to shut that down right now. Yeah. When I first found out that the park video was going viral, it was terrifying, but not surprising, because obviously he was recording me. It was going to get out there at some point. I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me and have my back in this situation. And it was very overwhelming, and I am so grateful for you all for that.
So pretty much, thank you for the money, y'all.
When this first happened and I went on X and I saw Anglo-Saxon Girl had posted my video, I messaged her and I was like, hey, that's me. Just kind of needing somebody like-minded to talk to. And of course she didn't know it was me, so we went through the whole process of, proving who I was. And that's when we kind of got the whole fundraiser started and set up. And yeah, the rest of that is history. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we keep...
You hear that? Hear that last part right there?
I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we keep...
And people who support this type of rhetoric from people like this and people like this who have this type of rhetoric, you just set a precedent. You know what I'm saying? And when it happens on the other aisle, all one can do is go back and look at the ones you beholding and expect it. So, everyone can play the tribe game. That's the thing.
Fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down. And we just have to keep on going.
So your future depends on the destruction of someone else's future. If your future depends on that, then you don't have one. You're not going to have one. Your future should depend on the happiness of the life you want to live, not based on having to live, making yourself feel better by making other people feel inferior to you. just so you could sleep better at night, just so you could feel a little less guilt, just so you can crawl better, just so your skin doesn't crawl all day. That's not how life works. You deal with it like an adult. You know, maybe if you settle the score for the atrocities done in the past, you won't have to live like that, instead of thinking that other alternatives exist as far as being tribal and all that stuff, because you just further it on. I mean, we've been dealing with this for hundreds of years. I don't see any change or any problem with having to deal with it for a few hundred more. So
There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do?
And the thing about that is you can't afford that time, because when you look at low birth rates, you look at more deaths than births since 2016, 20, 30, 40 years from now, it's a hell of a population loss just based off of those parameters alone. So I would be looking forward towards making future allies instead of future enemies, because eventually the rabbit gets the gun. And you know what they say? It ain't no fun when the rabbit gets the gun.
You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word.
And that's another thing too. Black folks, we gotta recognize people like this, what they represent, what they stand for, what they idolize, what they worship. And when you see people with these distinct identities, like you got your goddess Isis, and then you got your other little tropes like America First, or MAGA, or your libs, all that stuff. Those are subdivision identities. So when one has those, they are detached from their original identity as far as humanity. That humanity is out the window. The conservative whole point drive is to attack and own the libs. The libs' whole drive is to attack the right. So when you become a member and partake in such deeds, you are fighting someone else's battle. And that's the same thing when it comes to religion. So when you're like a super Christian, or in her case, a pagan, now you've bound yourself to the parameters of those said religions. You get what I'm saying? And that's the last thing anyone should aspire to do in their life. And not really be tribal. It's okay to honor your lineage, the people before you. And if one does that, you don't have any guilt about the past, or you don't have any said sorrow or any of that stuff, because you've dealt with it. You didn't run from it. You don't support it. But the ones who run from it, enable it, thus support it.
I am just so thankful for you all. We are in the process of looking for a home. We have looked at some, getting out of the state.
Well, she's going to get out of state? She's not leaving Minnesota.
Of looking for a home. We have looked at some, getting out of the state and starting a new life. And I want to have a quiet life. I don't plan on being an influencer. I don't plan on doing interviews. That's just not something that I would ever want to do. It's not on my agenda. So maybe someday, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon.
And that's what they want. They want her to become some big media influencer token hero so they could throw all her support towards her to throw it and own the blacks. And it's like, bruh, you're idiots, because for one, we don't care. For two, most of us are just living our life enjoying it. You know, the only people really paying attention to stuff like this are the folks like me who use it to monetize themselves. So it's really stupid. But hey, live and let live, right?
We're all doing okay. We've been moving around a lot. It's been an adventure. It's fun to see new places and, you know, been kind of an outlaw.
So pretty much she's going to take her money, move to like Wyoming or Idaho somewhere, buy some land and raise chickens now. And you guys all paid for it because she wanted to call a little kid the N-word. Pretty much sums it up there.
Again, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of my supporters and all of my people who have been with me through all of this. And yeah, I haven't said anything on here. I haven't done any sort of videos or spoke to anybody really. So I felt like it was about time to clear the air and just kind of, you know, keep you updated with what's going on. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you, everyone. And I will talk to you later. Bye.
Ridiculous. But hey, you know what they say, right? And like I said, man, I'm not upset anymore at all when it comes to this situation. So, you know, getting in the comments like, ooh, she got her money, la la la, and throwing it in folks' face. We ain't mad. We see what she represent. It's right there on her chest, bruh. So y'all have fun with that. I thought I'd just make a quick update video about this. Go ahead and let you see what she had to say about this, and leave it from there. But we'll definitely be back if any charges or anything occurs. Like you saw from the earlier video, there's multiple statutes that the NAACP is pushing for, and those are just on the legal terms. As far as all that money, you're going to have to take care of that in a civil manner. And so I wouldn't be so quick to go run out into the middle of the woods and buy homes and all that stuff, because you're definitely going to get some type of civil ramification for this situation. So, you know what they say, right? The Shiloh Hendrix payday was just that little boy's payday, because he going to get all of that. But anyways, let me know what you think about this situation in the comments. But definitely make sure you hit that like and you hit that subscribe. Thanks for listening to me ramble about this. As always, you know what that means. We out, and deuces.